Drove and see the nightlife where they call Atlanta. Southside shows for a couple dollars, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. The Brew Party is back. First episode from my new crib, the new Brew Party studio. Still getting it put together. Work in progress. Got my mini fridge today. That's really, the essential thing we need to keep that fresh beer cold. But I'm joined today by a very special guest, someone that hasn't been on in quite a while, but actually was on the inaugural live stream for the Brew Party with me when we did the Kentucky Derby. He got hot in that, and we're hoping he can do that again. Speaking of being hot, he is the first ever winner of the Brew Party Bracket Challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only resident golf guy for the Brew Party, Lucas Wilson, joins the Brew Party podcast. It is our 2021 Masters special, talking golf, giving picks. Luke is going to explain everything to me like I'm 5 years old, everything we need to know going in to the 2021 Masters tournament for all of us just casual golf fans or maybe casual bettors that want to throw a little bit down on this Masters action to make it a little bit more interesting. So, Luke, how are you doing, buddy?
I am fantastic. Shout out to my brothers Baylor Bears for getting it done.
The Bears.
Giving me the championship.
Quickly we can talk about that just because it was like, I bet on Baylor. You bet on Baylor. You won the bracket challenge on Baylor. You picked them to win. Did you see them being that dominant in the national championship game?
I don't think anyone saw them being that dominant, but I've watched them a little bit this year, and those three guards can take anyone. They are athletic. They can score off the dribble, spot up, whatever you need them to do.
Yeah.
And they bring two guys off the bench that can do the same thing too. The little white guy with the mullet.
Mayor,
yeah,
the mullet guy.
Respect.
Yeah, dude, I think they have the best three guards in the country. I don't think there was much of a debate.
Reminded me of the 05 Illinois team.
Yeah, for real.
Like, the shit out of you, and they could score whenever they wanted.
Absolutely. And then you got guys like Flo Thamba and Mark Vital who were just dominating the glass for them, especially in that game versus Gonzaga. They just didn't really have a shot.
I love Mark Vital.
He's like only like 6'5" or 6'6" too.
So they say. I think he's like 6'4". Poor man's Charles Barkley.
Terrible. Okay, so let's get into this a little bit. It's our 2021 Masters special. You're my golf guy, so like I said, talk to me like I'm 5 years old. Explain to me what's going on. Obviously it's the Masters. Really, is the biggest tournament in golf, correct?
Yeah. Yes. The one with the most history. Maybe other than the Open Championship, but definitely in America, the one with the most history, most tradition. This is what people who don't even watch golf watch the Masters just because of, what it is.
Yeah,
But I would like to say I normally give you my golf picks when I'm inebriated. And today I've only had 3 sips, so just fair warning.
Well, you might need to start drinking up, my friend. So The Masters is in April once again, so the azaleas will be in full bloom. They're going to have actual fans there this time, so a little bit different. The last Masters was in like October, wasn't it? September?
Yeah, I don't know. 4 months ago?
4 months ago, yeah. So not really a long time. Dustin Johnson was the winner of the 2020 Masters, and he really just kind of fucked everybody up. Like it was him pretty much on an island by himself that whole weekend. 4 months later, do you say he's still the number one golfer in the world?
Yeah. It's really hard for me not to pick Dustin because he is far and away. He's putting the ball well. Short game is immaculate, and he drives the golf ball. You could say arguably he's the best driver of the golf ball in the world with Bryson and Rory.
Yeah. So, and he knows how to party too, if you know what I'm saying.
Well,
but
that goes without saying, Andy.
So Well, I mean, when was the last time like a Masters champion was like going to defend their title only 4 months later? How much do you think that kind of amps this up for him, saying he wants to really defend it?
I think it does. This is by far his favorite tournament, the one he wanted to win the most. He doesn't show a lot of emotion, and after the last win, you saw he was tearing up. It meant a lot to him.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, the golf course will be playing completely different. It's firm, it's fast, it'll be shorter probably, but you gotta hit it in the exact right spot, or you can get fucked at Augusta.
I don't even know what to say. So you can just get fucked at Augusta. Let's hope DJ doesn't do that. He was kind of in the headlines this week. He had his Masters dinner on his appetizers, pigs in a blanket.
Did you see the picture of it?
No, I didn't. Was it?
They're a little fancier than just normal pigs in a blanket. It was like kielbasa sausage and some spicy mustard with some kind of breading.
Oh, you know what? I actually think I did, and it was all like sliced up.
All sliced up. Yeah, it's not the shit you get at mom and dad's house.
It's the thought. It's the thought that counts. So how many? Here's a question for you. Okay, obviously, I'm not trying to make light of this situation. Tiger Woods, the whole the car crash thing was terrible.
You're gonna make me cry.
Literally, you heard all the stories in surgery. He can't be there. He's bummed not to be there. How many references to Tiger? How many clips, especially of his Masters championship from 2019, are we going to see? What's the over under on that this weekend?
That might be covered the same amount as whoever's leading, or Bryson hitting driver all day. Bryson's a big talk right now, and I would say that'll be right on par with the Bryson talk right now, of him not being there, how much he misses it, what it means him not being there, all that stuff. I mean, Tiger is the face of golf. He will always be the face of golf.
Mm-hmm.
Just is what it is.
Yeah,
he's the reason they're playing for millions of dollars now.
Yeah. How many guys you think are going to pull out the red on Sunday?
Patrick Reed probably be about it, because he always does it. He's a douchebag.
Welcome to the new age. So let's talk a little bit about another guy I know that you're a huge fan of, that we were talking about before we went on air, that is kind of back a little bit.
Oh, he's back. There's not a doubt.
Jordan Spieth got his first victory last weekend in over 1,100 days, something ridiculous.
I think it was closer, almost 1,300, I think.
Okay, 1,300 days, even longer. And this was a guy, coming up when he got really hot, he was like the next thing in golf. He was the phenom, and he kind of fell off. Do you think you say he's fully back?
I don't think he'll be back to where he was. He could not miss when he first came up, and he's still working through some things, but he's a lot better off than where he was. He was lost. He had no idea where the ball was going. And when that happens at the professional level, good, you might as well just pack it in. But he went from 3 months ago, I think he was at least plus 3,500 to win the Masters, and now he's second, right behind Dustin and DJ, plus 1,100.
So, I mean, you're a guy that's played golf. I mean, not
one time,
yeah, once or twice. How do you ride hot streaks like that? Coming off that win last weekend, do you think he still feels it, or is it really more of a day-to-day type thing?
He's had one bad tournament in his last 5 starts, I think. So when you're swinging well, you really ride it. His confidence is high right now. Last tournament, he had 99 putts for the tournament, which is an average of 24 a round, which is astounding, even for them. And when his putter's hot, he can beat anyone. He's one of the best putters to ever play the game. So as long as his driver is somewhat in play and his iron play is good, he'll be right there on Sunday.
One guy that I'm a big fan of, I think you like him, but you're not a fan of him like I am, is my guy Kepka. Brooks. He is kind of battling a knee injury.
He can't bend his leg
coming into this. How hard is that to swing a golf club or be fully functional in the game of golf when you're literally hobbled on basically one knee?
Tiger Woods in 2008 won the U.S. Open on one leg. He had a broken leg and a torn ACL, MCL. He's probably the only guy that could ever win a golf tournament the way he did. I
Mhm.
actually have Brooks on my one to stay away from, just because he hadn't played in 2 months, maybe
Uh-huh.
month at least. He
Yeah.
can't bend his leg. I mean, never count him out because I mean he's got all the talent in the world. But you come in
Mhm.
that rusty and not knowing how your knee's going to be, he can't bend it. It's a crapshoot. I'd stay away from Brooks this week.
Yeah. He's always one I like to root for, but I think you're right. I think there's just too much really going on right now with him, and then like the health thing, especially at a tournament as prestigious as this. Like you
He
want to,
did just get engaged though, I think.
right? Speaking of stuff like that, John Rahm, he just had a kid. Like,
Also on my guy to stay away from, John Rahm, because of
really?
that.
Okay.
I mean, he could get some dad power, but I think his mind's elsewhere. As
Okay.
much as I mean, he's focused on the Masters, but how hard is it to be fully? He had a kid like 4 days ago, 5 days ago.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
he's an immense talent. But yeah, I would stay away from just from that. It's going to be hard to focus fully on winning a golf tournament when you just had a baby. I would imagine. I don't have a baby. You might be able to speak more to that, but
Yeah, I mean, I think it could go one of two ways here. So, speaking as somebody, 4 days into my child being born, we were in quarantine already at home, so there wasn't really much
you
to
weren't
focus
trying to
on.
win the Masters
I was not. Maybe on like a video
PGA Tour.
game. I was trying, yeah. But also there is like he could just be like riding that high of like being a new dad. Like there's not quite a feeling like holding your kid for the first time and still that very new feeling of like being a dad and like literally like riding that high. So I can see that. I can see both sides here. I see either like I think a really good or like maybe just an average day from him, but or not just day, but it would be weekend. But that's something interesting to follow. So I mean, you already mentioned a couple guys to stay away from. Who else do you have on that list of guys that you just is no for you?
Of the favorites, one more, Rory. I love Rory.
Okay.
He he's arguably the best driver maybe to ever play golf, but his swing is in such a shitty place right now. He tried to chase Bryson the distance a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and it really fucked with the swing. And he's trying to work back to his old swing, and he's already had some bad memories at Augusta. So
Mm-hmm.
I think he could, but I wouldn't bet on it. I just think it's too much of a mental block for him right now.
All right, who are guys to look for that have like classically throughout their careers struggled at the Masters tournament that have just like really never been able to break through? Any come to mind specifically for you?
Historically struggled.
Like, is there
Not
a guy that like we should be pulling for? Like maybe this is the year that he like actually does
well,
something at the Masters.
Ricky, if he was playing in it, but he didn't qualify for it.
Oh wow, okay, I
Yeah,
didn't
he's not
realize
playing
that.
this year. He needed to win that last tournament that Spieth just won to qualify. That's how far he's fallen off.
Wow, okay,
So
that's another
him
guy.
would be the only one that I can think of currently. There's some young guys that I would like to see win. They have I wouldn't say they've struggled. They just haven't had
Mm-hmm.
many opportunities there just because they're so young. Actually, my pick to win is what's up, Phil?
I
I
would
just left practice with him.
I would love to have you on weekly. You open invitation, man. Open invitation. You know that. And then from Grant Baker here, he has his dad's strength now, though, could improve his driving distance. That I'm talking about John Rahm.
Full disclosure on John Rahm, I just don't like the guy.
There are a lot of these guys. Like Paul Lombardi here says Bryson DeChambeau about to win the weekend. I don't fucking like Bryson DeChambeau at
I
all.
can't stand him.
He's
I hope he snap hooks his first 4 tee balls out of bounds.
Yeah. Talking golf and sipping the bubbly with the Brew Party. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Is he drinking
JR.
champagne?
What an occasion for it. Masters weekend. Hello, friends. Jim Nance here.
Dude, I love that.
Let's quickly, just because we talked about it, what other golfers do you like really hate and despise? Because I feel like that golf is a sport. It's one of those singular sports. You're not rooting for a team. It's just a lot of people that just follow the one people, like the one guy is like their guy, and they're developed these rivalries in golf.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned Bryson, you mentioned John Rahm. Anybody else you just specifically just aren't a fan of?
2, Vijay Singh and Rory Sabatini. I know you have no idea who Rory Sabatini
I've
is.
heard of the name Sabatini. I know who VJ is, but what's the reasoning here?
They are just huge douche canoes. Like VJ is super cheap with his caddies, and Rory, like, he berates everyone for no reason. Like, he's God's gift to golf, and he's like, granted, he's really good. He's on the PGA Tour, but he's like average for being on the PGA Tour.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, get over yourself.
Get over yourself. Quote that one.
That's why I like Dustin. He didn't. He's just like one of the boys out there playing
why?
golf.
Because you parties?
I mean, he used to. He's got 2 kids now, Andy. Get your head screwed on straight. Real quick.
Yep. Sorry. DeChambeau and Spieth are my boys.
I agree with Spieth. I love
me some Jordan Spieth. Harold Varner III also has Unreal shoe game.
Speaking of shoes, do you see Bubba's new shoes?
Bubba's what are they? The
Jordans, the green bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what number Jordan they are.
White, all white, and then the shiny green chrome bottom. Those are sick.
I would buy those if I had enough money.
I'm gonna put this Big Fudge Daddy Jim Nance. That's me. Yeah, I'll take that any day of the week over the legend Jim Nance. But if I'm talking, so like my favorite golfer, like I'm a Tiger guy. Like it's hard not to be a Tiger. Everyone's a Tiger guy. I do know some Tiger haters, but there's very few and far between for sure. Like I said, Brooks. Just because like he's so good whenever he goes on Pardon My Take, that's really the only reason I like him. Spieth is another one. Rory. I'm not like a huge golf guy. I'd call myself like a casual golf fan. I'll watch like the bigger, like the major tournaments and kind of follow along. I always kind of like Tony Finau for some reason, just because like he's never.
I have him on my board.
Yeah, he's just kind of always there.
When he dislocated his ankle 2 years ago and popped it back in and kept playing.
Hell yeah. It's called grit, baby.
Golfers are athletes.
Max Homa, just because he's funny on Twitter.
He's an awesome follow on Twitter. Joel Damon's also a good follow on Twitter. He just won in Puerto Rico? Punta Cana? I don't know, one of those.
Big time, baby. All right, man. Let's get into some of these bets. Let's get into some of these picks for this Masters week. So start out winner. Let's just do it. Win the whole thing. I know you have a couple guys on your list. Who is your I guess I shouldn't say who is your winner. I think do you have multiple
who
people
you're going to win? It's fine. You can just go.
Yeah, sure. Who's winning?
I want so bad to bet for my boys DJ and Spieth, but my gut is telling me Patrick is going to win the Masters. And no, I'm not talking about the douchebag Reed. Patrick Cantlay, book it, winning his first Masters.
Patrick Cantlay,
plus 2,000, I think.
That's really good value there. Patrick Cantlay, let me get this graphic up here. Plus 2,000. Why do you think he's going to win? What has he really been doing recently that's really caught your eye?
He's actually taken the last 2 or 3 weeks off, but he's got a win earlier in the season. Out west somewhere he won. I can't remember the exact tournament, but he is a great striker of the golf ball, and he putts the shit out of the golf ball.
Mm-hmm.
And at Augusta, you don't have to drive it. It's pretty wide open. You don't have to drive it too straight. As long as he's got the right angle into the green, hit his greens, make his putts, he gets his first Masters.
Shit. All right. Patrick Cantlay, plus 2,000. Any other guys that you're looking at or anybody else you think that has like good value as well?
I have Tony Finau in the top 10 at plus 290 last I checked. He makes a shit ton of birdies. He's never going to win just because he doesn't make enough putts. But he'll be right there. He's long, he hits it straight, and he's an athlete like we spoke about earlier. And then guy I'm going off base the last couple weeks performance, top 5, little sketchy on this. He's only played 1 Masters, but he finished tied 19th. Scotty Scheffler, plus 700 to finish top 5.
Scotty Scheffler sounds like a AA baseball player for like the fucking Tennessee Smokies or something like that. He plays he plays right field for some minor league baseball team.
He's been playing AA ball for like 10 years.
Yeah.
He just won't give it up. No, but he finished second in the Dell Match Play. Yeah, top 5, plus 700 last I checked. I actually have him in my Masters pool too. So come on, Scotty.
Come on, Scotty.
Yeah, he finished second in the Dell match play. No. Yeah, he finished second in the Dell match play 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
He's long. He's got an unusual swing, but I like him. He's on a hot streak right now. He's young. Second ever Masters. Right, stay hot. And I have guaranteed money this week. I say guaranteed, guys. Don't take me that seriously. But top 40, Ian Poulter, plus 125. Never missed the cut in the Masters. I'm 95% sure he never has. And of his 15 Masters, he's finished outside the top 40 3 times, and 2 of those were tied for 44.
Wow. Okay, so Ian Poulter, top 40, plus 125.
Yep.
That's like you're lock it up, free money.
Lock
That's
it.
the pick.
Double lock it.
Take this right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be clipping this. Lucas Wilson, if you're going to take any of these picks from this live stream, from this episode of the Brew Party, the 2021 Masters Special, take Ian Poulter in the top 40, plus 125. Luke just said he's never missed the cut.
He just had a good week 2 weeks ago, too. He finished... I forget what he finished, but he had a good week in the match play.
So you think about throwing in maybe a top 20 or a top 10 here for Poulter as well, like a little sprinkle, or is this?
Is it top 20 or top 25?
I think it depends on what your book is. I think it depends on what your book is.
I don't read books, Andy.
No, your sports book. Yeah,
oh.
I don't read either. I have top 20.
Yeah, I got top 20 on FanDuel too.
So let's look real quick. This is bad radio, but top 20 for Ian Poulter.
Ian Poulter's 450.
Yeah. Plus 4. I like that as well. If you're talking about he's never missed the cut at Augusta. I know that maybe that means he's due, but come on, dude. Like,
put that bad juju on me.
I'm not putting it on you. I'm sorry. So let's any other picks like that, or I do have one I want to ask you about.
Is it about Phil Mickelson?
I mean, lefty. I'd love to get your thoughts on the legend lefty coming from a lefty like yourself.
Well, he's actually right-handed. His dad just forced him to play left-handed. But this is his 30th year at Augusta, 30th anniversary, and he's 50 years old now. Do the stars align? I'm not saying he's going to win, but maybe like a top 10, backdoor top 10. I don't know what the odds are on that.
Well, let's look it up.
I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they're great because he's been playing like absolute.
Well, isn't he playing on like the senior tour though?
Yeah, he's been playing a little bit on the senior tour. He's still trying to compete out there, or on the regular tour. But
Phil Mickelson top 10 is plus 1,000.
1,100 on FanDuel.
Yeah, I'm just for reference. I'm looking at Barstool Sportsbook. Luke's on FanDuel. I know a lot of people. If you're in Illinois, we have Bet Rivers, FanDuel, DraftKings, Barstool.
Illinois got a bunch of degenerates.
Yeah, we have a lot of them. So let's talk about leader after round one. Is there anybody you specifically think would be good there? I mean, if you look at the favorites for that, Dustin Johnson, Spieth, and Thomas are all plus 1,800. We have Rory and Bryson DeChambeau at plus 2,000, along with John Rahm. Your pick to win it all, Patrick Cantlay, plus 2,200 to lead after the first round. Tony Fenow plus 3,300. Matthew Fitzpatrick plus 3,300. A young guy, Victor Hovland plus 3,300. Anybody, whatever. I'm sorry. Anybody that really sticks out to you that usually starts out hot, or you can see like taking the lead after the first day?
I can see Xander Schofley leading after one. I got him at plus 2,900. He plays pretty well at Augusta. I wouldn't count him out. He hasn't been playing that well as of late, but he's always right there in the hunt at Augusta for being a young guy. I could see him jumping out to an early lead. Also, my greatest pick of all time, Andy, is when I texted you Colin Orikawa.
Yes. Legendary pick.
Full disclosure, I was hammered in Mansfield, Illinois.
Shout out Mansfield. What the fuck are you doing in Mansfield?
I got family that lives in Mansfield.
Oh, so do I. Well, Kaylin's mom and her boyfriend Rich live out there, but
What a
yeah.
small world. Who knew? We're gonna have to party in Mansfield.
Who knew? Yeah, it's usually when I go to Mansfield, it's to get drunk. So
There's nothing else to do there.
Definitely.
What, do you go to like a Blue Ridge basketball game or something? No.
I mean, I'm in. Should we start capping high school basketball games?
I'm a terrible gambler, so probably not.
Yeah, me too. Especially on this show. So don't listen to anything I say. Or hashtag fade Luke, as you always like to say.
But Colin Orikawa, sneaky, arguably the best iron player in the world right now. Augusta takes good iron play. Little shaky with the driver and the putter at times, but if those are working, nothing would shock me to lead after a round. Yeah.
What's the odds on that?
Plus 3,100.
31. Okay. Hell yeah. I like him a lot. He's another one of those young guys that's kind
I think
of.
he's 22.
That's insane. That's so crazy, dude, that these guys are, younger. Not that they're younger than us, but that, like, it's just weird to think about. Like,
there's a kid out there that's 18 years old playing on the tour right now. Ashke, I can't pronounce his last name, but he like skipped his last year of high school and he just joined the tour. He's not playing in the Masters. He didn't qualify, but he's played in 4 or 5 tour events this year.
That's pretty insane. So more
3,100.
Oh, well, I'm a liar. Sorry. That's what happens when you do this on the fly. I mean, that's pretty great too. Plus 31. I mean, I'll take either one of those. So to lead after one, what do you think? This is just a fun little prop bet here. What's over under on the longest drive of the weekend?
I'll tell you who will hit it. It'll be Bryson that'll hit it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. He's taken some crazy lines off some of these tee balls, like over trees, lines that no one else is thinking about. Over under, 385, 390. And I'd probably take the over. He's swinging the club faster than most long drive guys right now.
Yeah, did you see the video of him at the driving range where he was like hardo as give me another ball to hit. Give me another fucking ball to hit.
That's his like training. He just tries and smashes balls for like 2 minutes as hard as he can. He didn't really care where they go. VJ's just standing behind him laughing. Like, what's this guy? Yeah, I would take the over on if that was an actual thing, which I don't think it is. That would be awesome if it was.
Longest putt of the weekend.
Ooh. Someone will drain something crazy, 65-footer, something like that. I actually just looked at there's tournament. They actually do have tournament props.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw this top debut. That's an interesting one. I just saw that top lefty. We should get some top lefty action in there. Just
okay. What you got? Brew Party exclusive top lefty for the Masters for Luke.
Brian Harmon. There's not many. There's only 5 lefties playing.
Give it to me.
Brian Harmon plus 220. He's been playing pretty well lately. Short little guy. Doesn't hit it too long, but he's always in play. I love Bubba, but I don't think Bubba's going to get it done. Even though his shoe game's on fire.
Shoe game's on fire, but is he washed?
No, I think he won last year or 2 years ago. He won a tournament. He's just getting older. That's what happens. So
I'm going to throw out a couple picks here that probably won't hit at all.
Oh, don't sell yourself short.
Don't. If you ever tune into the show, especially in 2021, dude, it just has not gone well for me. But so I'm going to be a loser. I'm taking the favorite. I like Dustin Johnson plus 900.
It's so hard for me not to take him. That's my guy. You know that.
I know he's your guy, and anybody that's watched him play golf, like it's hard not to be like, this is the guy. Especially right now, he's just, I don't know. I feel like the world number one, like he's defending his title. Like I mentioned earlier, it was only like 4.5 months ago that he did it. I think that's going to put an extra chip on his shoulder. He's going to want this extra green jacket.
He's got the great one in his corner.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm taking Dustin Johnson plus 900 to win.
You just want to see Paulina on 18 green after he wins.
Oh,
That's what you
you're damn right. You're damn
Well,
right.
yeah,
I
me
do. I
too.
mean, that's just good television, Luke. I also like Spieth plus 1100.
We should have got in on him 3 months ago.
We should have. We definitely should have. And then, I mean, Brooks plus 25. I don't think he's gonna win.
And if you take Brooks,
but
I'll drive to your house right now and smack you.
I'm not taking him. I'm just rooting for him. Okay, so Dustin is what I'm going to put my money on. If I am looking at like top 5, do we throw a guy like Rory in there for top 5 plus 275?
My heart wants to say yes. My brain wants to say no. Although I think did he play well 4 months ago?
I feel like he was in the.
I feel like
he was in the conversation, right?
He had a bad first round. So he shot like 74, 75 the first round, then shot sub 70 or sub 71 the next 3 days. And he might have got a top 5.
All right. Well, let me throw this at you. Okay. What about a guy that I also hate, but Patrick Reed plus 600 for top 5.
He plays well at Augusta. I can't deny, dude's got game.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you piss him off, the better he is. And I want to hate on him all the time. I never want him to win. I want him to hit his ankle bone with a sand wedge every time he plays golf. But the dude's got game. I do not hate that pick at all.
All right, so that's going to be mine. My top 10. I'm going to go. Probably should have looked at this before the show, but that's okay.
I got one while you think about it. Tournament special. Hole in one on 16 plus 110. I feel like
that's all weekend? That just always. Yeah. Oh yeah. Come on.
They've got a couple hole locations there where the ball just funnels straight towards the hole. I would go with that. They actually have a hole in one in the 4th round at plus 150, which I like that too, because they put the hole location on 16 on Sunday is just a funnel towards the hole if you hit it in the right spot. I mean, when Tiger won it, he almost got a hole in one on 16. Also,
yeah.
Might have been the best day of my life when Tiger won the Masters in 2019.
That was awesome, dude. I
cried.
Yeah, I think I shed a couple tears. Like I said, I'm not a huge golf guy, but like anytime you see Tiger, just like the polarizing figure that he is, like not even in golf, but just in sports.
Never thought we'd see him play like that again.
You never like we talked about Spieth going through that. Like being down bad. Fucking Tiger was down real bad. And
Tiger's cheating on his wife, had 19 surgeries. Rose from the ashes, won the Masters. So could Spieth be Tiger 2.0 this year?
People are saying.
If he didn't win last week, I might have actually picked him this week.
You think the win last week? What about a guy like Adam Scott plus 500 for top 10? No?
Top 10. He plays well at Augusta all the time too.
Like
he just can't putt.
Justin Rose plus 650 top 10.
Rose has been real bad.
Okay, I'm going to avoid those two. You don't seem very confident in any of those. Let's see. Cameron Smith plus 350.
Is it Cameron Smith the one I don't like? There's one.
I started a rivalry with Cameron Smith on my PGA Tour 2K21.
Oh, did you? Did you whip his ass?
Yeah.
Actually, I do like.
I am playing on like.
I don't like Matthew Fitzpatrick. They're coming out with a new one though with Tiger. And I hope it's better than. I wasn't a huge fan of PGA Tour 2K21.
Yeah, I played it. I played it for a solid like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then I kind of backed off. But it was fun for what I did.
I'm hoping that Tiger getting back into it, it'll be like it was. Because playing like Tiger Woods 2010, I'll play that forever. I still fire up the PS3, play it sometimes.
Fire it up. Yeah, that was one of those games. I had fucking like Tiger Woods PGA 2003 or like 2004.
Yeah, you like catch the ball on fire?
Yeah. Like on GameCube and shit. And I feel like there was one guy, one of the characters you could pick that he like putted the ball like a he used the
Like
putter
a
like a pool cue.
Yeah,
Like he like laid on the ground. It was that's
that's how I putt my rounds. Actually, if you ever play
yeah.
golf with me,
That's what I do in real life.
my putter is actually a pool cue.
Pretty sure my comment here from Phil. Pretty sure my house is currently on fire, but I can't look away. His golf knowledge is similar to Kirk Cousins' mastery of an NFL offense.
Did you just take a shot at me, Phil? So I coach football with him, and he wore his Adam Thielen jersey to practice today.
He's Phil. He woke up today and chose violence. That's what he did. He woke up feeling dangerous.
All I could do was bring up that the Cubs were like 2 for the last 55 because he's a Cubs fan as well.
They lost. They did lose today. What are you gonna do? I mean, the Cardinals lost too. So, Luke, this has been awesome, man. I feel like we've given a pretty good preview for any casual golf fans out there, like what to kind of watch for. Here's one question that I have for you before we go. What is the best time in the tournament to take that classic Masters nap? Like, when is the best time to kind of doze off? Like, when is it really you don't need to be paying super attention to what's going on?
Are we talking about Sunday or?
It could be any day. I mean, I feel like Sunday is the ultimate like Masters nap day, though. Is it like? Am I wrong? Or would it be like a Friday or a Saturday when it's kind of like the middle of the tournament and it's not like super heated?
Some of us work on the weekdays, Andy. So I'll be
that's. I mean, I do too. I actually have to work tomorrow evening.
So I would say I normally nap. I try and watch the leaders their whole round.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm going to take a nap, it'll be right before the leaders like tee off, and then I'll wake up when they're on like the 4th or 5th hole.
Mm-hmm.
So I can watch the finishing 9 and then the back 9. But when Tiger won it, I didn't move for like 5.5 hours. I was fully engrossed.
Just locked in.
It's like I was watching like a national championship game where Illinois is playing.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, dude. So I forgot what I was going to ask next. Okay. No, I got it. What is your what pairing of guys that are going together is most intriguing to you?
I haven't even looked at the pair. I forgot the pairings.
Should we pull them up real quick?
Yeah. I like Dustin's pairing actually. He's playing with Lee Westwood and someone else. Obviously, it's groups of 3.
So when you were playing golf, you know, in high school, obviously it's not the same thing, but like they had like the similar pairings. Like would that up your game at all? Like knowing you were playing with somebody that you maybe were kind of buddies with or that you knew was a similar level to you that you really wanted to beat?
Up my game, but there was kids I did not like playing with, and that can really hurt your game.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's the same way on the PGA Tour. There's guys that don't like each other and they're playing. There's people that are really slow.
Mm-hmm.
Like if DJ was playing with Bryson or JB Holmes, who's not playing but he's a really slow golfer, I think that would hurt him because DJ is super fast. Pulls a club, steps in, hits it. He's a little slower on the greens, but when fast golfers get paired with slow golfers, it really F's with them. Okay. So something like that would be something to watch for. But I don't think there's obviously more comfortable pairings too. Like if Justin Thomas is playing with Spieth, who have been buddies for a long time, that's going to make them really comfortable. They're going to talk. It's going to be a casual round. Obviously, they're going to try and make as many birdies as possible and compete against each other. But I wouldn't say it ups your game, but it makes you more comfortable. And there's obviously rounds with guys that will hurt your game, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So from pulling up some of the pairings here, so starting Thursday morning, so all times here that I'm about to say are Eastern time. So 10:18 a.m. Sergio Garcia, Webb Simpson, and Christian Bezuidenhout. I don't know if I said that right.
Me either.
10:30 a.m. Dustin Johnson, Lee Westwood, Tyler Strafasi.
He's an amateur, actually. That's why I didn't. So this is his first ever. I think that'll actually be a really comfortable pairing for the amateur because they're two pretty laid-back guys.
10:42, you have Xander Schofley, John Rahm, and Rory McIlroy. That's an awesome pairing. I like that a lot. 1:12 p.m., you have Phil Mickelson, Tommy Fleetwood, and Scotty Scheffler.
That'll be a good pairing.
Mm-hmm. 124, you have Luke's pick to win it all, Patrick Cantlay, with Sung J M and Matthew Fitzpatrick, another guy Luke said that he's not a fan of.
Fitzpatrick. I might change my pick now that I know Cantlay's playing with Fitzpatrick. Just kidding, but
and then 136, Adam Scott, Bryson DeChambeau, and Max Homa. Oh, I hope Homa just gets into DeChambeau's ass. Like I hope
who's the third guy in that group?
Scott. It's Adam Scott, Bryson DeChambeau, and Max Homa.
I pray for Max Homa.
1:48 p.m. we have Tony Finau, Louis Oosthuizen, and Justin Thomas. And then 2 p.m. Jordan Spieth, Cameron Smith, and Colin Morikawa.
We haven't talked about Justin Thomas at all.
Let's talk about JT a little bit before we close this up. What do you think about his chances? He's one of the favorites to win this tournament.
When you come in, there's really anyone can win it that's there, but you always talk about your 8 to 10 guys that really you'd think have a legit chance. Mm-hmm. And it's the top golfers in the world, and JT's obviously a world-class player. I don't like him. I like him as a golfer. I don't like him at Augusta to win, but he gets a lot of love there, and it wouldn't shock me if he wins. He shapes the ball both ways, and when he gets hot with the putter, he's very good. Not my pick, but a lot of people are on him, so I'm just surprised I didn't mention him earlier because he's like the 5th ranked he's top 5 or top 10 in the world for sure.
Another guy to keep your eye on then, Justin Thomas, currently sitting at plus 1,000 to win the Masters starting on Thursday. Luke, tomorrow. Yes, it is Wednesday when we are recording this. If you're watching the live stream, available now on our YouTube, youtube.com/The Brew Party, on our Facebook, just search at The Brew Party Podcast, or on our Twitter at The Brew Party. The audio will be penetrating your ears Thursday morning. I'm not going to slack on this editing tonight. I'm actually going to get everything done.
I just made sure you had to get it done.
It's time sensitive, my friend. So one last question I have, and this is another casual golf fan question here. What exactly is the role of a caddy, and like how much are these golfers like talking to their caddies about each shot, getting their opinions? How much is a caddy really involved with what goes on?
It's a very good question.
It's probably based golfer to golfer, I
Correct. Assume. Some golfers have their caddies out there because they're their buddy, and the golfers will just handle the golf shots and everything. Mm-hmm. Like the caddy will give them their yardage, and then the golfer will figure everything out. And then there's guys like Phil, who's with his brothers on the bag, and they will talk through every nuance possible for the shot they're going to hit, where they need to hit a cut, draw, low, high, what it's going to do out of this lie. It really is just based on the golfer. DJ, when his brother Austin first came on the bag, DJ did most of the work, but Austin really learned and worked at becoming a really good caddy, and now they're very in tune with each other, and they talk a lot, especially on the greens. So you'll see every hole when Dustin's putting, Austin will help him get a read on that putt. But yeah, to answer your question, it's really golfer dependent.
Sure.
On what he likes. Yeah.
So will you be my caddy?
I would love to be your caddy.
Okay. Well, actually, I should probably be. Yeah, that's a given. I should probably be yours because you're the golfer here. And then
if this was a caddy relationship, I would do all the golf stuff. You would just carry my bag, hand me a ball when I lost a ball, hand me a tee when I needed a tee, clean my clubs, and then bring me a beer.
I could do that. That's very doable for me.
My bag's going to be heavier though, because there's going to be 6 beers in there at any given time.
Make it 12. You need 6 for me as well, unless I can't drink on the job. Then I'm not interested.
You can drink on the back 9. We need you somewhat.
Okay, I can do that.
I'm never going to play in a tournament though with you, so this would just be casual golf. If you carry my bag, so you can drink whatever you want.
Come on, dude. Twin City next year. Take me with you. I will.
You would actually carry my bag, or do you want to ride in the cart with me?
Both. Whatever I can. Just fucking,
They'd be like, Luke, where's your caddy bag? I don't know. He
live
was
stream
just
it.
right here. That'd be awesome.
Dude, I have no fucking idea, dude. I'm hammered.
Do you know how to rake a bunker?
I can figure it out. Yeah, I mean, I've played golf. Like, I've casually played. Like, my grandpa has always tried to get me into golf, and I've had a lot of good memories on the golf course with him. Every time we've gone, and he's not some good golfer, anyways. We just go out there to have a good time, and he's tried to teach me, what he knows about the game. And I've played in a couple scrambles, and I'm good for maybe one good drive and
you can
one
be on my
good
scramble
chip.
team anytime.
Oh, let's do it. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Can we get Mike Menard to just ride in the cart with us and
dude, Mike's a big golfer now.
Oh, big time.
Also,
shout out to Mike. It was just his birthday this last
the 4th Sunday. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Easter.
Yes,
Easter,
sir.
baby.
Ooh, big time.
I had to bring up Ricky not playing earlier because Mike would have for sure texted me tomorrow and asked, "How's come I can't watch Ricky? Why is he not on thing?" And I'd be like, "Well, Mike, Ricky's not playing." And he would have been devastated. That's his guy.
Most likely to come in another man's ass. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 Masters Special featuring the Brew Party golf guy, our golf correspondent, our insider for a lot of things. This guy is just a fucking well of knowledge. Anytime
AJ Store.
And Omar Payne, the Illini, they're rebuilding. So anytime I need to know something, I text Luke. Not expecting him to know it but it'll always be something
Unless
funny.
it's a serious question, then he does not text me if he needs to know something.
If it's actually useless
knowledge.
Luke, thank you so much for coming back on episode 56 of the Brew Party podcast. We're going to need to do something sometime soon. I don't know.
You want to do one for the John Deere Classic?
Yeah. On site.
Illinois.
On site.
We can do that.
Figure it out. That'd be hilarious.
Can I end with something for Jimmy and Greg, though?
Absolutely. Transition right into Jimmy and Greg Huss, or Jimmy Nelligan, Greg Huss, the two hosts. Yeah,
they're not married, Andy.
They're partners now. Jimmy Nelligan, Greg Huss, the two hosts of the Growing Cubs podcast, will be the second part of this episode, live streamed at 9 p.m. Central Time on our YouTube, on our Facebook, on our Twitter, and then, like I said, audio coming out Thursday morning along with this with my good friend Lucas Wilson. So what leave me with something for them?
Are you guys going to talk about all of MLB or just Cubs? Or
it'll be, I'd like to do kind of all around MLB, just opening day thoughts about that. But obviously, they're Growing Cubs guys. They're the premier Chicago Cubs minor league baseball podcast. So I'm going to ask
about.
Sounds
like the Cubs need to grow some more hitters.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously I have to get their take on Yadier Molina's Hall of Fame campaign.
Well, that's what I was going to bring up. Can you please bring up 38-year-old future first ballot Hall of Famer Yadier Molina hitting .316 right now?
Yeah. As if I wasn't going to bring that up, Luke. That's always been Greg's knock on him is his offense. And I love that.
Look at the Cubs. What's Wilson Contreras hitting right now? Negative 230?
Probably, man. Well,
they
this
were
is
2 for 55 at one point today.
Oh yeah, no, they're bad. They were not great today. But what a transition into this super pro Cub shit that they're about to do. No, I love it. Stir up the controversy. The Brew Party podcast 2021 Masters Special, the first half of episode 56. Video is out now featuring my guy Lucas Wilson. We got the comment earlier from Phil that said, so informative, needs to be on weekly, in awe of his knowledge. I mean, me too. Like I said, open invite. Anytime Luke wants to come on.
I don't think we need to do a golf show every week.
We don't need to do a golf show every week.
Even I don't like golf that much.
Just your take on anything sports. I absolutely love that. Luke, enjoy the rest of your evening. I know the last time you were on here, you said you went out and had about 6 diet Coke and whiskeys or whatever. And
Morgan, but yeah.
Captain, whatever it is. Had a good time. I don't know if this night's going to go like that.
Probably not, because I got to work tomorrow.
Big time.
And I was already hammered when I got off your podcast last time So, because we were on for 6 hours.
6 fucking hours. That was the first ever live stream on the Brew Party. Luke, I cannot thank you enough for being with me on that, being
My
gracious
pleasure.
with your time and wanting to do it for that long with me, because that was fucking insane, but really one of the best times I've ever had. You are the first guest I had in my new house, in this new.
I was the first guest ever on the podcast, too.
And, dude, you're just a
lot of firsts.
world of firsts. My guy, Luke Wilson, thank you so much, brother. You have a great rest of your night, okay?
Thank you. You too, A-Hop.